450,000 is the number of Syrian youth who can't afford funding their higher education since the conflict. And they're not alone. 99% of refugees will never attend college because of lack of funding. And all it takes is $7 per month for you to fund a refugee through college. It's only $7 because for many like Rami, the challenge is a gap in funding between what they can afford or what partial scholarships they're receiving and the amounts that educational institutions require to graduate them. And for Rami, a vocational degree or a university degree is all he needs to become financially independent, support himself and his family of 11. And so we came up with EdSeed, a crowdfunding platform that's wrapped with a network of supporters that can help bring donors closer to the students, the educational institutions, and others who can amplify the campaigns. So we've sought the support from the crowdfunding community to create this niche product. And one of the ways that we are differentiated is we have an extended onboarding process for students that can help them learn how to brand themselves online and how to amplify their campaigns. Our team are refugee youth from Syria and Palestine. They're developers who team up with experts from the States that help them in creating virtual reality campaigns or learning how to use artificial intelligence bots to improve the onboarding process. Together, they're developing campaigns that reach willing, untapped donors. And our partners help us with qualifying and onboarding students through online training, as well as amplifying the campaigns. What we also do is guarantee that first 20% seed funding so that when you, the crowd, come to the campaigns, already somebody has donated. And last, 100% of the funds raised go directly to the educational institutions to guarantee financial integrity of your transactions. Today, we're funded with corporate gifts, and we are exploring other ways like top-up transaction fees, and then getting students like Jad to come back and donate after he graduates. By wrapping this network around the students to support them, we're graduating hundreds of kids like Jad. And all it takes is that starting point of your $7 per month to help us fund about 6,000 refugees in 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you. How do you select kids?
Educational institutions help us qualify them, scholarship foundations that are working in the field, as well as some universities that have received applicants and need to further qualify them.
You talked about how you onboard students, but how do you find donors?
So we started with a good donor base of 20,000 because I've been working in the field. We are reaching out through campaigns in the US, so we do digital campaigns online. We're also activating donor networks through organizations like the Young Presidents Organization and others.
Thank you for the presentation. So what does your competitive landscape look like, and why are you going to win this?
So we're obviously competing with traditional crowdfunding platforms, but we really are focusing on a very unique market, and we are bringing together the ecosystem to accelerate its growth. So unlike Indiegogo that goes after many of the sectors, we're focused on a very niche sector.
Can you just take me back to that slide with the competitive environment? Walk me through this.
Right, so there is a trend in the market that's going to specific niche platforms rather than having the very general broad platforms. And here WotC does health, we do education. And then in terms of donor accessibility, by focusing on a more niche group, we're able to increase the amount of donors that are interested in that particular group.
So you're saying there are donors out there who just want to do education?
Correct.
What's patronicity? I don't know that one.
Patronicity does geo-based donations. So the city of Detroit needs funding. They have a presence there.
Oh, hence the word city. Okay. And do you have anyone else in this education?
There
section?
were a few that have dropped off, and we've talked to some of their founders, and the approach happened to be quite different. They just launched with, we're crowdfunding, but we're really activating the network to make it happen.
What's the incentive for educational institutions to engage with you?
Well, one, they're bridging the gaps that some of their students have in funding. Two, we're accelerating the amount of students that they can bring in. Three, there's a University Alliance for Refugees and At-Risk Migrants that is very eager to support, and this is another way for them to help.
Okay, cool. Thank you so very much, EdSeed.